I was born in a time where the DS and Wii console families were the big thing, and I grew up mostly with a 3DS at my side. As for other consoles and companies, I never really cared about those. I also grew up with plenty of mobile games and computer flash games, so if Nintendo, mobile, and flash being my big three sources of gaming, my opinion is going to be incredibly based, and you may be surprised when you notice some games that aren't on my list, because there are plenty of famous games I've never even touched before because I'm mainly a Nintendo guy. So anyways, I'm going to do my best to rank every game I've played now. But before I begin, because there's so many on this list and they are all wildly different from each other, like some are real console games while others are just like simple mobile games and stuff, it was pretty hard to make this ranking, so it may not be fully accurate to what I think deep down, and I'm going to put them into tiers as well. But as I said, the tiers may not be really true to what I actually think. I'm just trying to organize things better. I'm also excluding a few less important things because there's already way too many on this list that are goofy and shouldn't really be here. But let me begin with F tier at the bottom, number 183, Flappy Bird. Probably the worst thing I've ever experienced. I just really don't understand where the fun is in this type of game. 182, Star Fox. Yeah, I don't even know if people actually like this or not, but I tried it on the Switch Online SNES game catalog, and it was just unplayable. 181, Granny. I still don't know if this is a joke or not, but it's not really good. 180, Baldi's Basics. I'm pretty sure this one actually is a joke, but it's just as bad as Granny. 179, Mario Superstar Saga, one of very few Game Boy Advance games I've played, and it just didn't make any sense to me. Okay, D tier, starting with 178, which is the game 2048. Now this should be higher, but this is where things got confusing for me making this ranking, because ranking every game simply as a game, this should be D tier where it is, but for what it is, it would be higher, but it's here in D tier. 177, Doodle Jump. Again, it would be higher if I did this based on what the games are on the surface, but as a game, this isn't fun to me. 176, Dumb Ways to Die. This was always pretty annoying and never even felt like a game. 175, Fruit Ninja. Just understand that a lot of this tier is random mobile games that are really basic and genuinely boring, so that's why a lot of these are here. 174, Flow. This also applies to what I just said. 173, Super Metroid, another actual game that I was just truly so confused by that I stopped playing after about 30 minutes. 172, Kirby's Dream Course. This game definitely did not stand the test of time, in my opinion. 171, Mario Bros. 2. If you understand the story of this game's existence, you'd be confused, and it's so weird that I don't understand why people like it. 170, Kid Icarus. Another Nintendo game that was really weird and confusing. 169, Geometry Dash. Another mobile game that's this far down because of what it really is as a game. Just annoying. 168, every single Evolution game. They're not fun, they're just kind of neat. 167, Fall Guys. I'm actually at a loss for words knowing that someone had to design this. 166, Mario Run. I played it when it first came out and it wasn't good then, and I'm not going to give it a second chance. 165, Kirby Mass Attack, another Nintendo game that confused me too much. 164, Rock Band 3. This is formatted too strangely for the DS. It just felt like a chore. 163, Mario Sunshine. The controls, at least for the Nintendo Switch port, are pretty bad. I'm not sure about the GameCube one because I never tried it. It's just inferior to every other 3D Mario game. 162, Nintendogs plus Cats. Some games that are literally you just doing some form of everyday chores are good, but not this. 161, Blue Kid 2. It's well designed for a mobile game, but I raged too much playing it. 160, Goat Simulator Goats. I remember this being the only genuinely annoying goat simulator. 159, Mario Tennis Aces. Wii Sports Tennis is alright, but this is much worse. 158, Among Us. It belongs somewhere in D or F tier for being, Among Us. And now C tier, starting with 157, Pokemon Art Academy. This did not work well as a 3DS game. 156, Egg Inc. Tycoon and clicker games just aren't fun to me. 155, all of the Papa's games. There's never really anything fun about them, other than just messing around. 154, Temple Run, and 153, Subway Surfers, 152, Little Alchemy, 151, Agario, and 150, Slither.io, and 149, Powder Game. So the past 6 I just listed are all just mobile games that really aren't great after a few minutes. 148, Pets Nursery 2. Better than Nintendogs just because there's more animals in it. So 147 is FNAF, followed by 146, FNAF Sister Location, 145, FNAF 3, 144, FNAF 4, and 143 is FNAF 2. And these are all here because I never actually enjoyed the gameplay for FNAF games, so they're all this low, but also higher than they actually should be, based on my opinion about the gameplay, because I always enjoyed the fandom and it's sentimental to me. And then 142 is True Skate. This was interesting, but again, barely any mobile games are worthy of A or even S tier. 141, Monster Crafter. This is actually decent for a few minutes of fun, but it quickly gets tiring. 140, Survival Craft 2. It actually does some things better than Minecraft, but it is a copy, so Minecraft has to be higher. 139, Bloons Tower Defense Battles. The normal method of playing Bloons Tower Defense is a lot better than 1v1 real multiplayer like this. 138, Crossy Road. Same thing as I've said for all mobile games so far applies to this. 137, Catch the Candy. And that also applies to a lot of these Flash games too, because not many are truly anything to gawk at. And then 136, Snail Bob. 135, Hill Climb Racing. 134, Happy Wheels. 133, Jetpack Joyride. 132, Duck Life Treasure Hunt. 131, Epic Battle Simulator 2. 130, Turbo Dismount. 129, Smashy Road Wanted. 128, Moto X3M. And 127, Hungry Shark Evolution. Again, most of the lower tiers are just mobile games and Flash games. I really don't know what else to say about them. 126, Ark. I never really understood how to play it, but it was pretty immersive and interesting, especially since I had it on mobile. 125, Pokemon Masters, and 124, Fire Emblem Heroes. Nintendo never really does too good of mobile stuff. 123, Duck Life. It is the greatest series of Flash games, or just any type of cool math games type of game, but this one isn't really great as a video game. And then 122 is Duck Life 2, because it's pretty much the same thing as the first. 121 is Rider, and you probably know what I'll say about it by this point. 120 is Super Mario The Lost Levels. I find it hard to enjoy most retro games because I'm used to 2000 stuff. And then 119 is Super Mario World. I don't really see why it was the greatest reason to own an SNES. It was kind of annoying to me. 118 is Super Mario Bros. I mean, it's old, so it can't be that good. 117 is Pokemon Go. Again, Nintendo games aren't really good on mobile. 116 is Super Mario Kart. I don't think the SNES was ready for Mario Kart, but I'm sure the N64 handled it better. 115 is Pokemon Rumble World. It's just kind of weird, but also kind of enjoyable. 114 is Super Kirby Clash. I just don't even know why it exists. 113 is Clash Royale. This may be controversial, but it's really not too interesting to me. 112 is FNAF Pizzeria Simulator. It's just better than the other FNAFs because there's a lot more to do. 111 is Animal Crossing Pocket Camp. Just another Nintendo mobile game. Alright, now we're in B tier, starting with 110, Zoo Resort 3D. There's a better zoo game that I'll get to later. This one was just way too realistic with the money and everything, so it's kind of sad to play because of that. 109 is Animal Crossing Wild World. Animal Crossing is usually good, but this just isn't enough. 108 is Word Cookies. It's more enjoyable than other mobile games I've mentioned, but I don't know if I actually want it this high, honestly. 107 is Blue Kid, a lot better than Blue Kid 2, which I mentioned earlier, especially for a mobile game. 106 is Light Bike 2. While it is another simple, not truly great mobile game, this one is sentimental to me and it is actually pretty cool. 105, Don't Touch the Spikes, kind of here for the same reason as Light Bike 2. And then 104 is Trivia Crack 2, followed by Trivia Crack at 103. Both of those games are pretty similar, and they're both alright. 102 is Run 2, and 101 is Run. The first two Run games are pretty similar, but they're pretty good as far as Flash games go as video games. 100 is Scribblenauts, the mobile version. It's pretty classic and intriguing as far as mobile games go. 99, Scribblenauts Unmasked. It's better than the mobile one because there's superheroes in it, so that was pretty cool. 98 is Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games. I don't really know what to say for this one because I haven't played it in a while, but I remember it was decent. 97 is Beat the Boss. Since Kick the Buddy existed, it was hard to find this one as good. 96 is Kick the Buddy. It was pretty fun, with a diverse list of things to do. 95 is Aerox, another mobile game that was actually pretty interesting, and I don't think many people even know about it, so check it out if you want. 94 is Territory War. It's mostly this high because of sentimental value and memories, but it is pretty comedically fun. 93 is Pocket Tanks. It's always a decent pastime to play with another person, especially for a mobile game. 92 is Duck Life 3. This is the one that set the standard for future Duck Life games, and I'm happy it did. 91 is Rotate and Roll, another sentimental game to me, but it was pretty fun. 90 is Bloons Tower Defense 5. I was never really the biggest Bloons Tower Defense fan, but they're still decent. 89 is the original Angry Birds, a classic mobile game. That's kind of why it's up this high, though. 88 is Angry Birds Seasons. It's just better than the original. 87 is Angry Birds Rio. It's better than Seasons. And 86 is Tasty Planet Back for Seconds, a pretty good mobile game to pass some time playing. 85 is Duck Life Space, and 84 is Duck Life 4. Both of them are kind of similar and genuinely good, despite being simple mobile/computer games. 83 is Electric Man 2, another Flash game, but it was one of the best and most epic. 82 is Bloons Tower Defense 6. It's higher than the fifth one, obviously, because it made many improvements and additions to that game. 81 is Run 3, just because it's significantly more interesting than the other Run games. 80 is Duck Life Adventure. I just played it for the first time recently, but it was pretty good, actually. 79 is Mario Kart Tour. It was kind of fun, even though it fell off quickly. And 78 is Mario Kart Arcade. I shouldn't count this one just because I'm not counting other arcade games, but it was on the tier list I used to make this ranking, so here it is, and it's pretty fun. 77 is Goat Simulator Payday. Not as good as the other Goat Sims, but a big upgrade compared to Goats to me. 76 is Fluidity. It's a simple WiiWare game, but it's sentimental to me and it's really relaxing. 75 is Freaky Forms Deluxe. Strangely, it was my first 3DS game, so it's pretty special to me in that way, and it was kind of fun and interesting too. 74 is Brawl Stars. It's just better than Clash Royale to me. 73 is Donkey Kong Country 2, and 72 is Donkey Kong Country. Both of these were pretty cool compared to other SNES games I experienced through Switch Online, but there's obviously better games out there overall. 71 is Kirby's Adventure, 70 is Kirby's Dream Land 3, and 69 is Kirby's Superstar. All three of these were kind of odd, but I like Kirby and they were pretty good at the same time. 68 is Angry Birds 2. It's obviously just better than the other Angry Birds because it has more features and everything. 67 is World of Zoo. I mentioned a good zoo game earlier, and this is it. And it has a really neat art style, in my opinion. 66. Every Fireboy and Water Girl game. You know, they're all similar, so they're all just grouped together. They're very fun for computer flash games, especially because they were two-player. 65. Bad Piggies. I thought it was awesome when it came out, and now I still think it's better than Angry Birds. 64. Pokemon Quest. I didn't actually play it for long, but I liked the whole vibe of it. 63, Goat Simulator. It is really wacky, but it's still fun, and I played it on mobile, so it's much higher than other mobile games. 62, Goat Simulator Waste of Space, and then 61, Goat Simulator MMO. Both of these are the best Goat Simulators, but MMO is just the best overall. 60 is Drive Ahead. It's one of my favorite mobile games, and it was genuinely fun back in the day, but it's just not the same anymore, unfortunately. 59 is Pokemon Unite. I couldn't go back to this game to play it again, but for what it was when I first tried it, it was pretty good. Number 58 is Sticky Ninja Academy, one of my favorite cool math games. It had a really special vibe to it, in my opinion. And then 57 is Mario 35, which actually made Retro Mario more fun for the short time it was out. 56 is Luigi's Mansion 3. I feel like it could have been better, but it was pretty good. 55 is Animal Crossing Amiibo Festival. Some people hate it, but I really don't think it's that bad. 54 is Stardew Valley, another chore game. This one is executed fairly well. 53 is Roblox. I hate to put it up this high, but some games on it are actually really enjoyable, and it's a neat concept. 52 is Mario 64. Yes, I put it in B tier, because the DS version is better to me. 51 is Pokken Tournament. I played it one time, but it was pretty fun. 50 is Mario 3D Land. It was pretty good for a 3D Mario game, but there are plenty of greater ones. 49 is Animal Crossing Happy Home Designer. It kinda got boring quickly, but it was really enjoyable for a little bit of time. 48 is Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon, which I remember the mini-games being better than the ones in the third Luigi's Mansion in the series, so yeah. 47 is Pokemon Heart Gold. I remember a lot of the battles being really annoying, but it's still a Pokemon game, so it goes pretty high on the list for me. 46 is Smash Brawl. It was pretty fun, but other Smashes are better. 45 is Smash 3DS, which I just think is better than Brawl. 44 is Namco Museum Mega Mix. It's got a lot of stuff in it, so it's pretty good. 43 is Smash Ultimate, which is obviously the best Smash, but there's plenty of games I like more than Smash. 42 is Speedrunners. Looking back, I'm not sure if I actually want this here, but it is still pretty fun, so maybe it belongs. 41 is Mario Party 9. This is only here for the special game modes and mini-games, which were very fun. 40 is Pixel Gun, which is unironically fun, but I just don't play it anymore. 39 is SpongeBob Boating Bash, which is also unironically fun for what it looks like. But, yeah, here it is. And 38 is Clash of Clans. I feel weird putting it this high, but I also think it does belong here. 37 is Rocket League. It's fun, and it's even better with other people. 36 is Pokemon Y. Some people think X and Y are too easy, but I think they're still neat and fun. And then 35 is Pokemon Sword, and 34 is Pokemon Shield. And I only separated these two because it's the only set of Pokemon games I played both of, and I played Shield more, so I put it one higher than Sword. And then 33 is Pokemon Pearl. It is really slow, but also pretty good. 32 is Shining Pearl. Now, that's definitely controversial, but it moves faster than the original, so I'm putting it higher. 31 is Mario Party Superstars. If you saw my video about it, you would know why it could be better, but it's still good. 30 is Pokemon White, followed by White 2 at 29. And both of these are good, but they just do not make the cut for A tier in my opinion. And then A tier begins with number 28, Mario 3D All-Stars. Honestly, it shouldn't even really be on the list because it's kind of only here for the games in it, mainly Mario Galaxy, and that's why it's this high. And I never even played Mario Galaxy prior to 3D All-Stars. 27 is Mario Kart 7. Yeah, I think it was pretty good. 26 is Tomodachi Life. It was very fun and relaxing, despite being kind of weird, obviously. 25 is Celeste. It's the most recent game I've played, and I only played it because I wanted to try something that isn't Nintendo or mobile for once. And it was really good, and I didn't find it as challenging as I thought it would be, except for that final DLC chapter thing at the end. 24 is Mario Bros. 3, which is surprisingly good for retro. 23 is Wii Sports. I just had to put this here because my first console was a Wii, so why not? 22 is Kirby Squeak Squad, which is actually a good game, and it got me into Kirby as a series. And then 21 is Donkey Kong Country Returns, which is obviously better than the SNES ones, and a good game overall. 20 is Mario Kart DS, which is better than the 3DS one to me, so here it is. 19 is Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, which is obviously better than the DS one. 18 is Pokemon Sun. I really liked it, but I know some people don't just because of the cutscenes and everything, but I don't really mind them. 17 is Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury. I think this is a good way to experience 3D World for the first time, and Bowser's Fury was a fun addition. 16 is Pokemon Alpha Sapphire. It was the first Pokemon game I played, surprisingly, and it was my favorite Pokemon for a while, until a certain other one came along that I'll get to soon. 15 is Mario 64, the DS version, which I just think is better than the original, and a classic game from my childhood, so it has to be this high. 14 is Kirby Star Allies, the best Kirby game I've played, and it got me excited for Forgotten Land, which I haven't gotten to yet. 13 is Zelda Breath of the Wild, the only time I ever enjoyed a Zelda game, and it was really good. I did play some other Zelda games that aren't even on this list because all of those other ones I tried were kind of confusing to me, so I stopped playing them pretty quickly. 12 is Terraria, one of the greatest games you can access on mobile, and there's a lot more to do than in Minecraft, but I still like Minecraft a little bit more. 11 is Mario Party DS, which is the greatest Mario Party, and one of the greatest multiplayer games out there. And now we're into the top 10, starting with number 10, which is Paladins. I played this game for night after night, and it never got old. I haven't played it in a while, but it is very fun. Now 9 is Fortnite. I mean, yeah, it's kind of cringe, but I mean, it's still good. It's just like the community that isn't very good, I guess, but as a game, it was very enjoyable, and I did have some really good gaming memories made in this game. So, yeah, I think it really belongs in the top 10, honestly. And now, that's the cutoff for A tier. This is going to start S tier now, which is essentially the greatest games ever to me. And there's going to be 8 of them, starting with number 8 on my list, which is New Super Mario Bros. Wii, which is one of the most influential, important, memorable, fun games from my childhood. And 7 is New Super Mario Bros. DS, and it's only higher than the Wii one because of the minigames and the Mario vs. Luigi mode, but it is my favorite DS game ever. And 6 is Animal Crossing New Horizons. This is a game that came out at the perfect time, if you know what I'm talking about, and it is really fun and relaxing. 5 is Animal Crossing New Leaf, and even though New Horizons is good, I just don't think it beats New Leaf. This is probably my favorite 3DS game. 4 is Minecraft, and if you saw my video about why I like Minecraft so much, you'll understand why I put it this high. And it's obviously a good game, and it's my favorite non-Nintendo game that didn't start on mobile. That's pretty specific, but it'll make sense in a few seconds. 3 is Pokemon Legends Arceus, the best Pokemon game to me. I just think it was the best graphically, story-wise, and gameplay-wise, and it's my favorite Switch game. It's also the game that I ended up liking more than Alpha Sapphire. And now, for 2 and 1, which I think are the 2 greatest games of all time, I honestly think they're kind of interchangeable. No one of these 2 really is better than the other, just because these are two wildly different games. The one is a very simple mobile game, while the other is a complex console game. So they're just at the top in their own ways, for their own reasons. And these two games are Mario Galaxy and Dragonval. Mario Galaxy is greater as a game, mainly for it being a true game with a story and everything, and it's my favorite Wii game, even though I only played it on Switch. However, Dragonval is great because of how fun, simple, and nostalgic it is for me. I've probably played Dragonval more than any other game as far as total number of separate days played goes. You may not even know what it is, but it's a great mobile game where you breed and collect dragons. One of the only games I've ever played that I never felt any negative feelings towards, and it's my favorite mobile game of all time. Anyway, Dragonval and Mario Galaxy are pretty much tied at the top of my video game ranking. I really like these two. And obviously I'm not sponsored by any of these, because why would I be? I kind of made fun of half of them, but yeah, that's some random kiddo who only really plays Nintendo and mobile ranking video games.